While Netflix's latest rendition of Drive to Survive received much hate for its lackluster execution of depicting just how incredible the 2021 season was, the company was able to successfully drill one thing into the minds of its viewers, and that is that both Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff and Red Bull team boss Christian Horner absolutely despise each other. And it seems now there will be a new chapter to add to their saga, as there are now speculations that Red Bull went over the budget last season. So, how is Christian handling all the speculations? What does Toto have to say about it? And what are the possible repercussions if it is proven that Red Bull indeed went over the budget cap? Well, let's talk about it then. But before we do, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on our latest uploads. At the start of this week, speculation surfaced that Red Bull may have exceeded the $140 million budget for the 2021 season by up to $10 million. Since then, Red Bull team boss Christian has strongly denied these allegations and even described them as totally fictitious. Horner would even question Toto Wolff's statement, where the Mercedes team boss told the media that it was an open secret within the paddock that Red Bull was over the budget. And to make Red Bull look even worse, Toto also had shared with the media that the team had to fire over 40 people just to make sure that they were within the budget cap. But Christian would dismiss all of what Toto had to say this past week. When I hear Mercedes have taken the pain of making 40 redundancies, that's less than 50% of the pain and redundancies we've been through at Red Bull Racing, Horner told Sky F1. I hear we've been under investigation for 6 months. It's complete rubbish. We heard from the FIA 10 days ago asking some questions for clarification, as you would in a standard audit. I don't think that's a 6-month investigation. In fact, most of the time we've had visits, they, auditors, have been en route from Brackley. Christian would also add that the timing of these allegations surfacing at a week where the team and Max have the opportunity to seal the title is suspicious. Do you think that's a coincidence, or do you think there might be a bit of a campaign to discredit what the team has done? It's somewhat suspicious timing, he said. The thing that confuses me, obviously, there have been some extremely defamatory remarks made. The budget submission between all the teams and the FIA is a confidential one, so I have no idea what the status of any other team's cap is. I would love to know where his, Wolff's, source of information is, because I have no idea on the condition of Mercedes or Ferrari's submission. One has to ask, where is that information? How does he think he knows what our submission is? Our submission, we believe, is fully compliant with the regulations. It had to be signed off by our auditors way back in March. I think the FIA have come out and made it very clear they haven't even concluded their process. How can anyone make that claim? It's ridiculous, disappointing, and the scale of the comments that have been made. You can only see it as a way of trying to discredit everything we've done this year and last year, and even talking about future years. It's appalling that these comments go without any kind of retribution. And to top it all off, Christian would say that Toto's statements were defamatory in nature, and that if Toto and Mercedes chose to stand by their words, Red Bull will counter through legal action. They are hugely defamatory. We take umbrage to them, and one can only assume it's not a coincidence that this is the point where Max has his first strike at the World Championship. We were a little taken aback by comments that were coming from two of our rival teams yesterday. I think it's an underhand tactic that's been employed to detract from perhaps a lack of performance on track this year. And of course, when references are made to last year, this year, next year, we are going to take that extremely seriously. The submission between the team and the FIA is one that is confidential. I have no idea what the outcome of our rivals' submissions are, or the accounting treatment, or so on. So unless there is a clear withdrawal of those statements, we will be taking it incredibly seriously, and looking at what the options available to us are. And as for Toto, the Mercedes team boss would brush off this threat from Christian by saying, "I didn't see that interview. Maybe I should spend time watching it. That's noise. At the end, there is a process. On Wednesday, there will be certificates of compliance issued or not, and then if somebody has not complied, There is a process and governance that is in place. For me, I am 100% sure the FIA will do the right thing, so everything else is all chatter until then. Plus, it is important the cost cap is being complied with. It is a cornerstone of the new regulations, and I very much hope all of the teams have done that. Now, if the speculations are true, it is possible that Red Bull will receive a heavy punishment since the team did exceed the budget by more than 5%, which the FIA deems as a major infringement. And a major infringement, according to the FIA, is subject to a punishment of being stripped of either the Constructors' or Drivers' Championship points. Toto would comment on the possibility of this, saying, "I have no reason to doubt the FIA will not 100% act on their own governance or their own regulations because they know how important it is going forward. We are all aware the regulations, be it technical, sporting, and now financial, have to be regulated, policed in the right way, and we just need to adhere. I have 100% confidence in the process and in the FIA, and that is why everything else is noise." And it seems as though Toto isn't the only one that's accusing Red Bull of such actions, as Ferrari's chief, Laurent Mekies, has joined Toto in pushing for the FIA to investigate Red Bull's finances. "We take this situation very seriously. We expect resolute action from the FIA. We trust the organization 100% because it has gained a strong position in recent months. We expect severity in this matter and transparency so that we can compete with each other and the same rules apply to everyone. If Red Bull are found to have breached the competition rules, then many will feel that Verstappen's title victory is tainted, especially given he topped the leaderboard by 7.5 points after winning the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The consequences are huge. We need to establish it first, but then it is important to find out what the consequences have been for 2021, 2022, and even for 2023. Toto would also agree about the implications of what Red Bull may have done if it is proven that they have spent over the budget. The crucial part is that if you've been over in 21, then you've been over in 22. That means you have an advantage into 23, so it's really a cascade of events that can be influential in all of the three championships. That's heavyweight. It's massively heavyweight. We are using used parts. We're not running what we would want to run. We're not developing what we could be developing. We have made more than 40 people redundant that are dearly missed in our organization, and it was a huge, mammoth project to make the cap. And there you have it, guys. So, do you think Red Bull is guilty? Were Toto and Laurent wrong for calling out Red Bull? And what should the FIA do to make sure everyone stays within the budget cap? Let us know in the comments section below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't.